Okay, so this is a quick explanation video of the 4 Pics 1 word template. I've made it really simple. Everything's on one scene, so there's not going to be any loading times. I've attached a few images here just for testing purposes so I can show you what's going to happen. And the first thing I want to point out is that for each level, what you're going to want to do is basically find a word for the letter. For example, in this level, it's crane. Crane is the answer to the level. And you're going to want to name each one of these crane 1, crane 2, crane 3, crane 4, or whichever one you want numbered however you want. As I've done here, as you can see at the end, is just the word and the number. That's it. That's all you want to do. And also, when you're building your levels, you're gonna want to go into this levels table, and I've made the layout really easy. Basically, there's 14 columns. Each row is basically your level. The first is the number is an integer column, which just is the length of the word that you're gonna want to be the solution for that level. The second column is that word, and then the next 12 columns are just gonna be letters. The first 4 letters in this case will be the letters of the word in the exact order, and then everything else will be random letters, as you can see here. So for example, jump, 4 letters, so Jump, and then everything after the fourth letter will be random letters. With crane, you have the first 5 letters. As you can see, the length of the word is 5, and the rest are random. So you're going to want to do that for all your levels down here as much as you want. Since everything's on one level, I've made this state attribute here, which will keep track of what exactly is going on in the game. Basically, like if you're in the store, you're not going to be able to press any of the buttons. So the state will change to some number. I'll show you guys in a minute what each number represents. And for example, if there's no more words, a screen's going to pop up and that's going to be a different state. So that's just going to track what's happening in the game. We have this operations actor here, which is already on the scene. And here I have some explanations of all the states possible in the game. It's pretty straightforward and all the definitions are in here. This actor will actually take care of a lot of behind the scenes calculations, such as randomizing where each one of these images will go. So like crane 1 will not always be here, it might be here, it might be here, it might be here, and so on. It also randomizes the position of the letters, which is cool too. And lastly, it will choose a level, a random level from your table, and then it will always choose a random level and never repeating the same twice. So that's going to give you a nice different gameplay for every user. No 2 gameplays will be alike. One other thing I want to mention is the spot checker actor. Once you done with your testing, you're going to want to turn its alpha down to 0. I'll show you in a minute what this spot checker does. Basically, it just tracks where you are in the word you're entering. And of course, all these images you can change or even remove if you don't like the way it looks right now. And I guess it's time to show you guys what it's gonna look like. So here we have the level counter here. We have our coins here, which will be used to purchase power-ups. Some social networking buttons here that you can link to your Facebook or whatever. So here's our first level. The word is crane here. So there's that spot checker. It just keeps track of where, if you press one of these letters, where it'll go. So let's put in the crane. The spot checker moves over. Let's put a B there. It moves over. Now when we remove a letter, it will go where it's supposed to be, the leftmost position that we can enter. So that all works. We can ask our friends on Twitter if we don't know one of these words. That's really easy to do. This is our power-ups here. We can reveal a letter with 40 coins or remove letters with 60. That's going to remove 2 letters. So let me just show you what that's going to look like. And it happened to be the first letter, but that's pretty random there too. Could have been any letter. Now removing the letters power up, we'll remove 2 letters that are not in the word, of course. And we can just finish that level and see what happens. We get this menu, correct, press to continue. If we enter in the wrong word, we're going to hear a buzz sound. You can replace that if you don't like that. And here's our store. Once we click our coins, everything is set. All you're going to have to do is just enter in that in-app directory, or however you want to think of it. And once we click, it's even previews already what's going to happen. So everything is set for you. You're just going to have to basically design the levels and the art for the game. And one last thing, well, 2 more things. Once we finish all our levels, jump is the word there, we're going to get this menu, which will basically tell us that we have no more words, but you can check for updates. So you should be probably updating this kind of a game if it's popular. And this menu will not leave until, of course, they've updated with more words, since there are no more words. And the last thing that I want to mention is that this is, in fact, a universal app. It will run properly on the iPhone. It will readjust, as I'll show you right now. Our coins will move over slightly, and our menu button will move over into proper position, and everything will fit nicely on both the iPhone 5 and the legacy iPhone. There. So yep, there you have it. Hope you enjoy this.